So I was looking at this old photo the other day from back when I was coming up in Ohio, literally standing in a gas station parking lot in the freezing cold, selling mixtapes straight out of the trunk of my beat-up Cavalier. Man, I thought I was doing huge numbers back then if I moved 50 CDs in a weekend, you know? But then I started studying how the real moguls did it. I mean, you look at 1996. Jimmy Iovine walks up to Percy Miller, Master P, and offers him a check for $1 million up front to sign No Limit Records to Interscope. $1 million in 1996 cash. Most unsigned artists back then, or even today, honestly, would have snatched that check so fast their fingers would blur. But Percy looked him right in the eyes and said no. Why? Because he understood something that took me years of working as a producer and manager to fully grasp. A major label advance is not a gift. It is not even a celebration. It is a wildly expensive loan designed to buy out your equity forever. Master P realized that if Jimmy Iovine was willing to give him $1 million up front, that meant No Limit was actually worth 10, 20, maybe 50 million down the line. So instead of taking the quick bag, he took $25,000 of his own money and handed it to Michael Jackson's lawyer. Think about that flex. He went straight to the attorney who negotiated Michael Jackson's legendary deals, paid him $25,000, and said, "Write me a distribution deal with Priority Records where I keep 85% of the revenue and Priority gets 15%. Or some interviews say 80-20, but either way, No Limit kept the lion's share." And here is the killer clause, the thing that changed hip-hop history forever. Percy Miller maintained 100% ownership of all his master recordings. Priority Records only pressed the physical CDs and cassettes and shipped them to stores. They were just the delivery truck. Now, when I packed up my entire life and moved from Ohio down to Florida to start over from absolute scratch, building Down by Law management, that was the blueprint in my head. Today, you do not need Priority Records because digital aggregators do the exact same thing for a tiny fee or a small percentage. But the rule has not changed one bit. If you hand over your master ownership just to get a flashy advance, you are trading long-term wealth for short-term hype. Remember last week when we broke down how to turn your catalog into bankable collateral with Bowie bonds and holding companies? Well, you cannot borrow against a catalog you do not own. Ownership is the bedrock of the entire game. Now, here is where the story gets really interesting. Priority Records actually signed that 85-15 deal because they secretly thought No Limit was going to fail. See, under that agreement, Master P was responsible for paying 100% of his own marketing and promotion costs. Priority thought, okay, this rap guy from New Orleans does not have the bankroll to push an album nationwide, so we will take our 15% fee on whatever little bit he sells and watch him run out of steam. But P was way ahead of them. He did not go running to traditional banks or investors. He funded his entire music push using high-margin merchandise and direct-to-fan street promotion. He sold those iconic bright neon, No Limit tank tops, cassette samplers, posters, jewelry, you name it. The profit margins on that merch were so fat that it generated liquid cash every single day to buy full-page magazine ads and fund radio runs. And what happened? In 1996, his album Ice Cream Man went gold, selling over 500,000 units completely independent of major label marketing money. That opened the floodgates for gold and platinum records year after year. So how do you take that exact same principle and apply it right now in your own career? You do it through vendor trade lines and net 30 credit. See, a lot of independent artists tell me, Universe, I do not have $5,000 sitting in my bank account to print t-shirts or vinyl for my tour. You do not need $5,000 cash. You set up a formal business entity, get your employer identification number, and partner with print-on-demand apparel suppliers or merchandise manufacturers that offer net 30 trade terms. Net 30 means they ship you the physical inventory today and you have 30 days to pay the invoice. So you set up a fan pre-order on your website for a limited edition hoodie drop. The pre-orders come in, you place the order with your Net30 vendor with zero cash out of pocket up front. The vendor fulfills the order, you collect the money from your fans, pay off the invoice on day 15, and pocket the profit. And guess what? Because you paid that Net30 vendor on time, they report that positive payment history to business credit bureaus, building up your corporate business credit score without taking on personal debt. That is how you turn merch into a self-funding marketing engine, just like Master P did back in the 90s. It is all about cash flow management and keeping full control of your infrastructure. So here is your weekly execution plan. First, stop chasing short-term advances that require you to sign away your master rights. Second, set up your legal corporate structure and start building your Net30 merch pipeline to finance your own marketing campaigns. Third, go right now to downbylawmanagementllc.com and download our free independent artist growth blueprint so you have the exact roadmap in your hands. Anyone with a dream can make it a reality if you execute the business correctly. Dream big, hustle hard, own everything. Catch you next week.
Turn the volume up. This that blueprint talk.
DJ, you wanna fade.
The Dream Hustle Podcast. Let's walk.
Clock hit midnight, I'm still wide-eyed, wide vision on the whiteboard, whole wall map like a Y. Turn every one day to a date and a budget. Faith in my spirit, but the numbers still crunch quick. Ownership heavy, name on the deed, not guessless. Equity, leverage, cool head, never desperate. No cosign, save it, just God in the game plan. Purpose in the struggle, made a kingdom from the same sand. Late nights, low lights, screen glow on my face. Old fears, new skills, real growth, same pace. Discipline daily, even when the vibe feels off. I don't wait for a feeling, I just show up and push off.
We turn dreams into plans, that's the move right now. The Dream Hustle Podcast, whole crew locked down. From the ground, from the grind till the crown in hand. Save vision, faith, hustle, let it run through the fan. We turn dreams into plans, that's the move right now. The Dream Hustle Podcast, that's the movement now. If you're locked in the lab, if you're stacking your bands, save vision, faith, hustle till it's part of your stance.
Indie on the payroll, boss on the bio. Every stream, every sale, got receipts in the file. Studios in them basements, turn the boardrooms quiet. Where ideas go from maybe to bet. Let's try it. Lessons from the losses, wore the L's like armor. Did the math on my habits, cut the ones that harm. The smart hustle, sharp hustle, every move with a purpose. If it don't build a mission, then the time ain't worth it. I pray, then I schedule, I work, then I measure. Let the metrics keep me honest, let the process be the treasure. That's bigger than a slogan, bigger than the brand. This the Dream Hustle Podcast, whole world understands.
We turn dreams into plans, that's the move right now. The Dream Hustle Podcast, whole crew locked down. From the ground, from the grind to the crown in hand. Save vision, faith, hustle, let it run through the fan. We turn dreams into plans, that's the move right now. The Dream Hustle Podcast, that's a movement now. If you're locked in the lab, if you're stacking your bands, save vision, faith, hustle till it's part of your stance.
Hey. Nights, early flights, late fly, same fight, same high, feel like we just move right. For every indie in the trenches, every owner in the making, the Dream Hustle Podcast, this the anthem for your patience.
We turn dreams into plans, that's the